Good evening, vinyl community. Congratulations to Vinyl Collector James, my favorite vinyl YouTuber, on reaching 1,000 subscribers. That is not something to scoff at. That is an amazing achievement in this day and age. So congratulations to, again, my favorite vinyl YouTuber, somebody that I have a lot in common with musically and otherwise, and somebody that I enjoy personally, as well as their musical taste, and their videos are always long and opinionated and really well formed, and I always enjoy pretty much everything I've ever seen on his channel. So this is pretty awesome for him, and I'm jealous. So come subscribe to my channel. I do a lot more than just sit outside. It's a beautiful Sunday. But to enter into his contest, we have to answer 5 musical questions. So I figured today would be a great day to play that game, as I am enjoying a nice frosty beverage. I have some vinyl in my lap and a few answers in my head. So question number 1 was, number 1 holy grail item that I do not have in my collection. I have been blessed over the last few years to pretty much get most of my grail worthy type records. There's a few that I'm still missing. Beck's Sea Change was one of them, and I recently picked up the reissue, so I'm good with that. Midnight Vultures is probably my second tier next holy grail that I can actually afford, but the one that's so far out of reach that will actually stay at a grail status until somebody dies and leaves me millions of dollars is the Ryan Adams Live After Death box set. It's for those who don't know, it is an entire tour's worth of vinyl in a box, solo acoustic I believe for all of the shows, and Ryan Adams is probably my favorite over the last decade or so, and it is the only piece of vinyl in full 12-inch format anyways that I don't have. I have all of his studio albums, all the other live type things, and most of the 7 inches. Not all of those, but yeah, it's been the one thing that's plagued me for the beginning of time. I had a friend that has one that is sealed, and he offered it to me for $600, and I didn't have the money at the time, and then he sold it for I think $700 or $800 to somebody else, and it sold just like that, because that's what they do. $800 to $1,000. Could never justify that. I could have justified $600, but I had just upgraded my sound system and I did not have the money. So yeah, Live After Death. I think it's 16 LP box set, Ryan Adams. Number 2 question. Number 1 Desert Island album. I could have picked so many different things. This one, I spent so much time racking my brain on this, so I decided to go for something tried and true, a classic that almost anybody can agree upon, and I chose Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles. Bam. That has been my favorite, or one of my favorite albums since I first discovered them back in the mid-90s. I'm 33, so forgive me, a little late to that party, I guess. I was probably in junior high when I discovered the Beatles. But yeah, Sgt. Pepper, you can't go wrong with that. There's not a bad song on that. We played half of those songs at our wedding. We had an orchestra play us down the aisle, and you know, When I'm 64 was, I believe, what the grandparents walked into and things like that. And my son, I have a baby on the way any day now. He's going to be born anytime. We've reached the due date. We decided that his first album that he'll ever hear in his life is Sgt. Pepper, and that his birth song will be A Day in the Life, which is also on Sgt. Pepper. So, could not go wrong picking that record. Question number 3, favorite road trip album. Okay, again, this is another one that I debated about, because there's a lot of albums I know by heart that when I'm in the car I love to sing. I sing anything and everything that I know the lyrics to. So, there's nothing better on a long road trip than being able to distract yourself from everything going on around you that isn't obviously, you know, directly right in front of you, and be dramatic as hell. And so I picked Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. There's not an album on this planet that is more dramatic and intense that you can pound the steering wheel, you can do one of these numbers, all of it. You can do it all. It goes from hard, heavy rockin', get you down the road to those late night or Sunday afternoon drives from Heaven Can Wait. So I picked Meatloaf Bat Outta Hell, which is my number 3 favorite album of all time. It's been around since I was a little guy. Okay, next question. An unexpected album in my collection. An album that if my friends came over, they would be like, huh, I didn't expect you to own that. And I tossed around a few country albums because I'm not really big into country. Margo Price, who's, you know, kind of like the modern age Loretta Lynn, kind of decided to pick that one, but then at the last minute I had to change to my favorite number 1 guilty pleasure album, Culture Club. This is called Kissing to Be Clever, and of course you got the big hits. Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? I'll Tumble For You. Yeah, I pull this one out from time to time, usually in a drinking session or what have you, but it's not one that I really always admit to owning. But whenever anybody asks me my guilty pleasure album or what's the number 1 guilty pleasure in my collection, I always say that one. So of course I felt like I really should make that one the right answer for that. Okay, we got one more question here. Pause for the cause. Decided to go with a Goose Island IPA today. Now that's the question. An artist or a band that you lyrics most relate to. Okay. So I'm decided to go with, well, and I'm sitting here, I'm about ready to call an audible because it's a tie between Counting Crows and Dave Matthews Band. There was a time from my teenage years into my mid-20s where Dave Matthews was my life. That's, you know, I have Dave tattoos. It's just ridiculous. I was obsessed. It's all I listened to. And there's a lot of his songs that I felt like were written just for me at that time period. But from then to now into adulthood, Adam Duritz, a lot of his emotional and mental anguish and issues that he's dealt with into his adulthood, the disassociation between himself and society and things like that. I relate a lot more to Adam Duritz in my old age, in my 30s now. So that is the 5 questions. Congratulations again, Vinyl Collector James. If you're not subscribed to him, make sure that you do. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. I may do a 250 channel or 250 subscriber contest because I don't ever imagine my channel ever growing that much because I don't film that many videos. I wish I had time for it, but now with this new baby on the way and this gigantic acre of property around me that I have to hand mow because I can't afford a riding mower, I want to thank Vinyl Collector James for all the great videos and the entertaining content over the last, year or two that I've been with his channel. I hope my answers sufficed, and have a great day, and as I always say, enjoy the music.